If only I had some answers. I cannot answer that.
All I have to say about Tariq and Suya, I wouldn't count them as a man. When the questionnaire said like this at the end, I started to understand what I mean. He says, Dasa hadramat kisnaman mekhachi kanem. That's how bad. The men were squealers. They didn't care. They only thought about themselves. They didn't think about anybody else.
But
And
why
I
were
see-
they arrested then, Alice? Why were they arrested?
Because they wanted to go back.
Because they
Why-
wanted to come to America.
Big crime. That
was what everybody was arrested for.
That's what the crime was.
What-
The Armenians.
Wait, there are other questions.
I've got a question.
Sure.
Which way do you think Russia is headed? Do you think it could ever revert back to anything similar to what it was in the past? Or do you think that's all in the dust clouds of memory now? Do you think something
isn't.
like that could?
What I am hearing, and I talked to someone in Yerevan just a week ago, very close friend of mine. In fact, he and I were crying because we haven't seen each other. He's waiting for me to come back. He is saying, this is the situation. If you want to talk about Armenia, Armenia has great problems today. If you want to talk about Russia, Putin is, if you add the name R-A-S in front of his name, you get Rasputin. Oh, that's how they look upon him.
Oh.
This is coming to me. And I'm sure if I go back, there are a lot of people that still, they were my students. They were what, 10, 11 years old. They're 50, 60 years old now. Some of them hold high positions. I would like to talk to them about today's Armenia. Iran is taking over. That's what I hear from the people.
It is.
It is buying land. It is building apartments. It is bringing in its beautiful Mercedes and everything. And the reason, excuse me, women, they cannot have sex with their women. They want to have sex with our women. And
That's
why they're
exactly what's
coming in.
happening, yes.
About Turkey.
Turkey's
You
the
know,
same way.
if I was a Turk today, I'd be very happy. Let's forget the past, open up the doors, open up the borders. 70 million people flood into a country that only has, what, 3 million? They will buy out that country so fast, and what they did not do in 1915, they will accomplish today. That's how
Absolutely. Absolutely.
and I haven't studied this. There are people here that have lifetime endeavors to study the genocide, to study what is going on. I only talk to people, people that go back and forth. If Turkey has opened doors, they will buy out that country, and believe me, Anotian, and they'll take anything they can get.
And the U.S. won't do anything about it.
Yes, Steve.
I just have a question. Everyone is celebrating this week the end of the Cold War, the 20th anniversary since the fall of the Berlin Wall. So why do you think it's important to tell this story now?
This story. Anytime people are enslaved, so are you. When your freedoms are violated, everybody's freedoms are violated. And the Cold War did not begin in 1945 or 6. It began in 1917 when the Bolsheviks raised the red flag on top of the...
Exactly right.
Everybody, you know, I read, last night there was a program on this, he wrote The Dove and the Hawk, saying the Cold War began in 46. No. We didn't recognize their government when the Bolsheviks took over. Woodrow Wilson promised the provisional government of Russia $150 million because, quote, who is not elated that the bloody Tsar has been overthrown and a democratic Russia has emerged. 6, 7 months later, Lenin, and this is why the Russians call him a spy, was sent in by the Germans, yes, by the Germans, by Hindenburg, to ferment the revolution, to take over, to knock out Russia in the war, so that he can use his 600,000 troops against us in the West. 600,000 troops. America was only in World War I 19 months. How long have we been in Afghanistan, in Iraq, and how long do we have to have wars? Since the beginning of time, we have had wars, and believe me, in my time, I can remember the World War I, the Korean War, World War II. If men cannot live on this earth in peace, do we deserve to live here? Wouldn't it be better, as in Genesis 6, that flood again come and wipe it all out, and let the Armenians again start this world? Because America can learn a lot from us Armenians. Believe me, they can.
I want to ask you one question. After the breakup of the Soviet Union, during those years when there was some amount of openness, did you attempt to get your files, your KGB files, access to your KGB files? Have you been able to get access to them?
No, what I've done here is, this article was written, what was it, this article was written in 1991. When I saw this, I said, I want to see my files. Here, hide in it. What year?
1990, I can't tell if that's a 3 or an 8.
What, Dick Denbin?
Take that back.
Yeah, this is basketball, and it's there. No, I did not. I did not.
Let me just mention this. Well, first, let me thank you for your incredible story. Let me mention that your book, The Repatriate, which tells your amazing story, is, of course, available in the bookstore. Let me thank all of you for coming here, especially those of you who experienced some of the same things and some of different things than what Tom has told us about. I certainly would join with him in saying we need to know your stories. It's important, it's history, and it needs to be written down and documented for all times. And I would ask those of you who were fellow repatriates to please come up to the front afterwards. We'd really like to take a picture to document this occasion itself. And lastly,
Chair.
I'd like to, please, I'd like to present you with a very small token of our friendship and gratitude, and to welcome everyone. There are refreshments, the bookstore is open, and please hang around for a little bit and visit with us. So thanks for coming, and come to the front, be repatriates. Thank you very much.
Thank you.